War of the Roses is a game that takes players back to the medieval times and puts them in large multiplayer scale battles in a way that pretty much no game has ever done before, and it's really going to, I think, set a new pace for that genre. In War of the Roses, we're going to have an arsenal of weapons. We're going to have, a huge assortment of different types of armor and equipment, so players are going to really have the ability to kind of create their perfect soldier. Medieval combat and melee combat has been a difficult thing for a lot of developers to achieve, just by the sheer closeness of the combat. It requires a lot of processing on the side of the game, and with physics and making the animations and getting that environment really, really nailed and rock solid. And there's not a day that goes by that we don't iterate or look at this weapon and see how it plays, and if it feels natural, if it feels correct for that environment, so that players are keep their immersion into the experience. For example, a sword swing. Does he pull back his arm far enough and then swing forward fast enough that it makes sense with the amount of damage that he can or does not inflict? So even if you're an archer and you're at a distance from it, you're going to see the combat, players' movement is going to make sense, and that also gives you the ability to predict what's going to happen and be a better archer. So all those elements kind of merge together, and there's this really great synergy for the entire process of the game. Persistency is a big part of multiplayer games nowadays, and we're also going to have that element. We're still working on the finite details of it, but there will be a ranking system. There is going to be an ability to look at your stats and see how well you're doing with different weapons, look at the different armaments, see how they work together or apart from each other. So those things are all key elements that we're definitely going to have in this game.